Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. All praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we send our greetings and salutations to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, viewers, welcome to your popular show, one of your favorite show, Ask the Imam. Ask the Happy Sheikh, ask the Smiley Sheikh. So we have today with us two of our good scholars from Liverpool, the Happy Smiley Sheikh, Sheikh Haroon and Sheikh Wadda. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh Haroon.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I've got a slight problem.
Yes, go on.
Normally I send out the link straight to it, but my phone's died. So I need to charge it up.
Inshallah.
And then once it's been charged, you can pass it back to me.
Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all the viewers that are on. Inshallah ta'ala, we're going to have a fun show today as normal. I don't know why they've called it Ask the Sheikh. Isn't it meant to be Smiley or Happy or something?
I've just narrated that we are all three combined into the Ask the Sheikh. Yeah.
And I'm going to have to put my hat on, but I've got a complaint to put into the both of you.
Oh, right. There we go. We're already...
You know what the complaint is? Because I couldn't phone in yesterday for the talent show. But when I watched over some clips of it, I noticed she used a turkey hat.
I know,
That's your hat, isn't it, Sheikh?
And it's reserved, man. It's got all the names to draw it out of there. So can we please keep that as a special reserved hat? Yeah.
Inshallah, inshallah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we got our wrist slapped here by Sheikh Haroon. Okay, we'll keep your hat. Oh, put the turkey on top. Put the Christmas turkey straight.
No, it's not a Christmas turkey.
We have a caller, Sheikh Haroon. We already got a caller now.
They're complaining about the turkey hat as well.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
No, the caller's gone. Okay. So, Assalamu alaikum, viewers. You've just joined us. Ask the Sheikh, ask the Happy Sheikh, Happy Smiley Sheikh. This is your show where you get the chance to ask the Imam any question you may have, whether it's spiritual or worldly questions. So, whether it's to do with the mortgage, to do with the finance, to do with career, anything that you want to ask.
Oh, don't ask about mortgage. We just had a khutbah kind of.
We just had a khutbah around. Yes, I thought, but still relevant to the viewers. That it's a very important. We live in a world, in the Western world, where interest and mortgages are compulsory in most of the families. How do we retain from all those? If you have any questions, do so. Sheikh Haroon did explain in the khutbah. If you missed it, he can summarize it in a moment.
And also, let me just start as well, because normally when questions come to like a scholar, a sheikh, or a teacher, there's normal standard ones, but I've noticed none of these have come on here. Now, normally people ask about talaq, about marriage, divorce, inheritance. We haven't had any of those yet online. So if anybody's got any of those issues, bismillah, you're welcome to come and discuss these issues.
Isn't that good news, Sheikh, that we are not having any talaq?
No. Well, yeah, it is online, but it's going on everywhere. It is going on everywhere.
It is as hot as the pandemic. There's talaq in our communities, and it's happening left, right, and center. I mean, as the mosque administrator, I get a call every other day about marriage issues, talaq issues, so forth.
Do you give fatwas to them?
No, I don't. I always refer to you and others.
No, because remember what Hanif Bhai said?
Yeah.
He called you the third sheikh,
right? Oh, third sheikh. In disguise, I suppose, yeah.
He's picking up, isn't he?
I have my own philosophy, which may add up to it, may not add up to it. Anyway, shall we start with, while we're waiting for the calls, if you are watching us, please call us on 0151 260 3986. We'll try and send you the links for Sheikh Haroon's phone, which has just gone dead, really.
Yeah.
We'll charge it and we'll send you the link to all his contact. Maybe that's why we're not getting the call straight away.
Yeah.
We have lots of goodies to give away. We have lots of Sheikh Haroon, we have lots of gifts to give away in this festive month.
Before that, can we just mention, because I watched yesterday
yes.
about Sheikh Wadda, why he was absent last week.
Oh, of course, why not?
MashaAllah.
Exactly.
MashaAllah. Mabruk. No handshake, only the elbow shake.
Sorry.
Right.
So just to let everybody know why.
Just tell the viewers, please. Yes.
You want to tell them? It's your
You can tell it. I've told you yesterday.
MashaAllah. How old are you, by the way?
27.
27, mashallah. And you know what? You know when, just for all those listeners, Sheikh Wadda, mashallah, he had a beautiful daughter last week, and that's why he couldn't be on the show last week. But you know when I heard that, you know what it reminded me? Because we did the aqad here, didn't we?
Yeah, subhanAllah.
Yeah, I remember that.
You don't have to,
I know, yeah. I remember because he came here and we did the...
That's right, you did the
and I
nikah.
thought, subhanAllah. MashaAllah, so
ago.
beautiful. And also on the theme of marriage and all of that. Like Sheikh Waddahi got married here, it was over a year ago, yeah?
Yeah, over a year. About 2 years now.
2 years ago, yeah? Because he's had a baby now, beautiful baby, mashallah.
What's her name?
Dalila.
What?
Dalila.
Dalila, and what does that mean?
Dalila al-Qata. What does it mean, Sheikh?
It means a guide.
Guide.
It means a guide. Because
Guide.
the Dalil is the one who shows the way. A guide.
MashaAllah, it's very good guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know what I was saying? Because I was thinking about that and I thought, mashallah, it's so beautiful because his marriage, the way it was done, nice and simple and straightforward.
Yeah.
And that's how marriages should be in Islam. And when he said that, I was just thinking that he just came in, just a couple of people come in. It wasn't a big thing.
No.
And it's not just Asian culture, even Arab culture. Like when a nikah takes place, like it's going to take place over weeks and so much money's got to be spent.
You need at least 10 grand first.
Yeah, and parties after parties. But then you can do it as simple as that.
Asian wedding goes up to 50 to 60,000 pounds minimum.
It's all, and it goes to the Gulf states.
But do you know, Sheikh Haroon, I mean, pandemic is not a good thing that happened. You know, it's not nice. But what it has done, it has reduced the cost of marriages within the Asian family and the Muslim family. Everybody who has a COVID marriage, it's like only 10 or 15 people in the house, and that's it, khalas. Yeah. So the marriage bill comes down to about 98%.
That's right. That's right, yeah.
Lower than what it is.
And so all those who are watching, if you want a nice quick marriage done, just phone Brother Mumin.
Yeah.
He'll get you in touch with me or Sheikh Waddah. Yeah. We'll do it in no time. No charges, nothing expensive. You don't need to hire up massive place and invite loads of people. Just a quick job. Married like Sheikh Waddah. 2 years later, you'll have a baby daughter.
Is that the concept?
It was like that, wasn't it?
But subhanAllah, no, it is. He's talking about the marriage and just like for the viewers and youngsters as well, subhanAllah. You don't realise that, Sheikh, even if I can ask you a personal question, how were you feeling when you had your first child? And what did you get, subhanAllah? Yeah. It's, you think that life revolves around other things, but as soon as you get married and you have a child, you think, well, this is, my amana, something I got to do or work along. It brings you back to reality, it slaps you.
Well, welcome to the real father's world now.
SubhanAllah. And one of them, it's for the shabab. If I feel late, 27 years old, having a kid.
Oh, I was later. I was later.
You know what I mean?
But you know what? That's not a joke, because now,
to get married early to do.
And you're not married, are you? Sort him out, will you? Come on.
We'll sort him out. We'll ask for a bride for a pilot.
Yeah. Anyone wants to get married, there's somebody here, a bachelor here.
Yeah, we have a bachelor who is a pilot. Commercial pilot,
mashallah. Fly around, mashallah.
A pilot.
No, because you know what? It's a real problem now.
Yeah.
Like, across the world now. People are getting married later and later and
later. That's if boys and girls, both of them.
Yeah, like 30s and 40s. They should be married in the early 20s. But just a couple of generations ago, forget 20s. Like, it was like 15, 16, whatever.
It's true, that's how parents were like.
But now the way the world is, like, you're just a teenager, you need to enjoy yourself, have a bit of a laugh. And
they make you feel like you're a child until, you know what I mean? Like, you're 28 and you're still a child, don't get married now later on in life.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. And another thing as well. Zina is the easiest thing in the world. Nikah is the hardest thing in the world. Even some families, parents are okay with the son or daughter going out with somebody. You come home and say, I want to get married. It's the hardest thing in the world. What? Hamza's dropping a line, but he's right, man. He's right, man. Zina's cheap and nikah is expensive.
Hamza throwing hints to his dad, I think.
That's our
Hamza,
production director.
Oh, 18, yeah. So where's dad gone? Is he gone back to work? Yeah, so we're saying it live. Like, when Hamza's ready to get married, his dad's not going to stop him, man. He's just going to make it easy. Because another thing about this as well, with marriage, parents think that they have the right to stop their kids get married. Right. Instead of seeing it's a responsibility that you want to help them get married. No. So the whole mindset has changed about how marriage should be. And that's why you got like 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds struggling to get married, but going out with a woman's the easiest thing in the world.
And they shouldn't be.
Naughty you.
Look
at him.
Smiling.
Oh no.
Can we see if your phone is charged or not yet? It's just about charging. Okay. We have a call, I think. Right, if you are watching, please call us on our live studio live at 1151 260 3986. We're waiting for your call. I have two great Sheikh with me, Sheikh Haroon, Sheikh Wadda, waiting to answer your call. So if you want to send questions through the Facebook, go to AbdullahQuilliamsociety Facebook, but also go to the AQS Media on YouTube channel, subscribe the channel and press the bell button. Oops, we've lost our telly there. We are back on again. So we have a call. Sheikh Haroon, we have a call. So Sheikh Wadda, would you like to take that call?
Hello, assalamu alaikum, caller.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Who am I speaking to?
My name is Jamal. I'm calling from Reading.
From Reading, is it? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
We rang last week.
What would you like to ask the Sheikh, inshallah, today?
So I've got a couple of questions. Two completely different topics. One is, what's the view on buying and selling cryptocurrency? And the other is, do I have to read Zohar every Jummah? Along after Jummah Salat or before Jummah Salat? So if you can answer those two questions, that would be really helpful.
Okay, Jazakallah khairan for asking that question. The first one about cryptocurrency. Most of the ulama, and particularly like one of the main centers of fatwa now is Azhar, have said that cryptocurrency is forbidden to transact in and to deal with. So cryptocurrency is not considered to be a valid currency, and therefore you shouldn't get into that. That's the first one. The second one, the thing about Jumu'ah and Dhuhr, Jumu'ah substitutes for Dhuhr. So if you prayed your Jumu'ah, then that's enough for you. There are some who say because not all the conditions that are required for Jumu'ah are present, so as a caution, just pray your Dhuhr afterwards. But that's not really a requirement. It's enough that you pray your Jumu'ah, and if you can't now because of times that we're in, then pray your Dhuhr. Allahu A'lam. But Jazakallah khairan for calling in, and inshallah next week we're going to have and I'm reluctant to call it this, but the Christmas special. And we're only calling that because it happens to be Christmas Day. So inshallah, call in if you have any questions on Christmas, or tell us about what you're doing on Christmas Day, because Christmas Day is Jumu'ah. So inshallah ta'ala, you'll be praying with the rest of us as well. Jazakallah khairan.
Barakallah fi. If you'd like to ring in to the studio and speak to the Sheikh direct, the number is on the screen, 0151 260 3986. If you want to send messages through the Facebook, go to Abdullah Quilliam Society Facebook, like it, share it, and you can put your questions there. Or on the WhatsApp, the number is there. You can ask the questions on my WhatsApp number as well. So please don't forget, we're going to have... yes, Sheikh.
Your daughter's going to call in.
Oh, good. Let's
Last
call
week
in.
it was Mum called in.
Yes, this week it's your daughter, Fatima.
Fatima's going to call
MashaAllah. In. So Sheikh Haroon's daughter is going to call in. Let's see who can beat Sheikh Haroon's daughter. Let's get a question before she does. Right. Sheikh Haroon, wow, we got this LFC prayer mat. We got the LFC prayer mat here.
That's okay. I'm okay with that. But I've been told there's like bags of Christmas presents here.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. You know, everyone in here. Like, we're Muslims, we don't do Christmas, but these two and I decided trying to call it a Christmas special Christmas gift. So I don't know what's going on here.
We are going to give out for Christmas special prayer mat, not Christmas turkey or anything.
That's more like...
So while people are celebrating, you can go and do your prayers, mashallah.
Can you see that?
That's it.
They're almost much the color of LFC, I suppose. Not quite the red, but we call it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There we go.
But go on then.
Right way up. So if you like to call in, there's lots of goodies to give away. We have some very nice thick prayer mats. Thanks to Brother Shagar, who got it all the way from Birmingham, to be honest with you. So make dua for him. And of course, we're going to find him a bride as well.
May Allah get him married as soon as possible, inshallah.
I want to marry the brother here.
One of the young brides are listening.
Do you want to bring his face on?
Yeah, why don't we have a very handsome, very piety, a pilot, commercial pilot, who's looking for a very beautiful and a very pious person.
And the honeymoon sorted out already, mashallah.
Inshallah.
But he's not willing to pay a lot for dowry, though. Yeah.
Oh, he'll do that. He'll look after. He's a nice, kind fella who's a dedicated volunteer here at Britain's first mosque. He's also helping us with the production director. I do actually want to thank one person in particular, who's Hamza, 18-year-old lad, and he's the son of one of our trustees, who's actually set up the whole studio. So Hamza is, thank you Hamza, may Allah give you barakah for doing all the transmission. No, he's not looking, not yet. We won't get him. He needs to finish his degree first. He's going to do dentistry next year. So he needs to become...
He's took a gap year, so I think
he needs to become a dental surgeon first.
Oh,
Carry
on university. He's old enough to get married.
He's old. Hamza, do you want to get married next year?
Don't say no.
Now.
Don't be scared of your dad.
Inshallah.
Don't be scared.
Mind what the hadith.
I think his father's not got it.
Yeah, ma'ashar al-shabab.
Yeah. Go on, you tell them.
No, you tell them, Sheikh.
I'm still sending out messages.
Inshallah. Okay, he's got some studies to do. But of course, you can get married and study as well. There's no harm in that. But do it the halal way, as the Sheikh was saying earlier on. So we've only had one call. Where are the callers, Sheikh? Where are all your followers?
I have no idea.
I will send all the links to them. Brilliant. Okay. So listen, we have got loads of presents to give out. So the best question receives a gift. A mystery gift from us, inshallah. So please, the best question will be selected at the end of the program, or a prayer mat, whichever they like. They can have a prayer mat.
They can have a secret present wrapped up, or they can choose a prayer mat.
They can choose a prayer mat. That's really good. Alhamdulillah.
But we're not calling it a Christmas gift because these two are for some reason, yeah. So we're just doing it's a Jum'ah gift, yeah. Because next Friday is Christmas Day and it's Jum'ah, and also. Mumin's being a naughty boy. I tell you why.
It's always Mumin.
I tell you why. Because next Thursday we've got the Muslim talent for the kids. Yeah?
Yes.
And I've been roped into it because he's going away for Christmas Eve. So I'm wondering which party is he going to?
I'll send you the week after. That's also a secret. You need to tune in. Now don't forget, next we have a call. So please do interrupt us when the call comes. We have a caller, Sheikh. Wallah, Sheikh, I don't take the call.
Assalamu alaikum. I reckon that's Fatima.
Okay.
I'm messing around.
Can't.
Fatima, is that you?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. That is your
No, that was my wife.
Oh, okay.
Is Fatima there?
It's Fatima.
Assalamu alaikum, Fatima. Fatima, do you want to talk? She's 7. I think she's 7, yeah. Fatima, you are 7, aren't you?
Sure, she's 7.5.
Fatima, you know from Rolda, you know Ayan? Fatima?
Yeah.
You know Ayan? That's Ayan's dad there.
Assalamu alaikum, Fatima.
Say assalamu alaikum to Uncle Mumin.
She's very shy. She's shy like my son.
Yeah, okay, Fatima, so you've called in now, so you're not going to ask a question. It's the wrong show, but can we ask you?
No, let's read something for us, inshallah.
Do you want to read something? Or do you want to read Huwa Sayyidina Muhammad ibn Abdullah? Do you want to read it? She knows the Nasib Sharif, she knows the line of the Prophet. Back to
Tell her, please, we'd be lovely.
Fatima,
we'd be delighted to hear.
Huwa Sayyiduna Muhammad. She's messing
Go on. You don't have to be shy. Your dad is here, Uncle Mumin's here, Uncle Wadda is here.
We'll give you a prize if you say it.
Of course. Listen, if you recite now, do what you don't want to do.
We'll send the prize straight away.
This is yours. It's wrapped up. This is yours.
Yeah.
I might he sold the chocolates on the way back home.
It's not chocolate. It's something else, really.
It?
So this is a surprise. Would you like to read something, Fatima? Yes.
She's whispering to her mum something. Oh, Sayyid. Go on.
Muhammad ibn Abdullah ibn Abdul Muttalib ibn Hashim ibn Abdul Manaf ibn Qusay ibn Kilab ibn Murrah ibn Ka'ab ibn Lu'ay ibn Ghalib ibn Fihr ibn Malik ibn Nazar ibn Kinana ibn Qusayma ibn Mudrika ibn Ilyas ibn Ma'ad ibn Annan.
Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. You know what she just read there?
Yes, go on.
That's the line of the Prophet.
I don't know himself, subhanAllah.
Yeah, all the way back to Adnan. He was one of the ancestors of the Prophet, and that's the known line. And then after that, the Prophet said, "Kadhab an-nisabun," because between Adnan and Sayyidina Ismail, it's not known for definite who are the ancestors. So that's That's the line of the prophets, that they memorized at the Rawda from the prophets, back to Adnan, one of the early ancestors of the prophets.
Well, let's just say, Fatima, you have just won this. There we are. This is for you, Dad. Make sure he doesn't open the box. If the
Fatima,
box is,
I can't guarantee you on the way back home. I can't guarantee.
If the box is broken, that's it. Just let Uncle Mumin know. I'll sort your dad out. There we go. So make sure we give that to Sheikh Haroon when he goes. That's for Fatima.
Assalamu alaikum, Fatima. See you later.
Assalamu alaikum, Fatima.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Again, brothers and sisters, if you are watching, if anybody would like to bring their child, just like Sheikh Haroon's daughter did, you are more than welcome. If you have a question, so don't forget to ask the Sheikh what you would like to ask. We've got a couple of questions on our screen, Sheikh.
They're just
messing around, are they? Yeah, they're your usual suspects.
Martin, no, it's not. That's Bilal. His name's Bilal Martin.
Oh,
it's
right.
not 3 Santas. It's the 3 Tommy Coopers here with the fezzes on.
There we go. Okay, it says here, Salam Mufti Sahab, can we have a Christmas meal with turkey, etc., etc.? No, you can't.
Well, we can't, but I think Mumin's going somewhere secret. He's having a secret Christmas meal.
But I'm going the day before the Christmas day. Don't forget to join us on a special show. We have a call. Just interrupt us if there's a call. We have a caller. Sheikh Wadda, take the call.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, caller.
Assalamu alaikum, how you doing? Sheikh Haroon, Sheikh Wadda, brother Mumin, how you doing? You all okay?
Assalamu alaikum, brother. Alhamdulillah.
What's your name, brother?
It's just a brother in Islam from Blackburn.
MashaAllah.
Great, mashallah. Thank you for your call. Do you have a question for our Sheikh here?
Yeah, I do. I've got a question. Just in regards to, you know how there's a real progression in regards to the modernity of life.
Yeah.
So like everything's turning technological. So for example, even our gas and everything is done off hives. Phones nowadays, certain neoliberal companies are asking to start using chips in your bodies to sign out. So how do we combat this as a ummah? Because it feels as if we're going towards a stage of postmodernism where it's going to impact the natural way of living. So is it enough just to be a conscious objector, or should we be doing more? Or is there anything more we can do?
I suspect there's not much more that we can do because, inshallah, over the next khutbah or two, we'll come on to the Dajjal, the Antichrist, and the system that we're living in is essentially a Dajjalic system. It's actually all moved that way, and this is all just paving the way for the coming of the actual Antichrist itself, and that's inevitable. It's inevitable, and it's from the qada and qadr of Allah. It's the will of Allah's friend that's how it's going to play out. So it's not that we don't do nothing, but we try and limit our interaction as much as possible with it, and where we can affect change, even if it's within our own homes, just like to try and limit our dealings with these things, then we do so. It's like, I don't know if you heard the khutbah today, which was streamed live. We mentioned a hadith of the Prophet. Soon there's coming a time where all people are dealing with interest, and those who are not will be covered in its dust. That's the nature of the civilization that we're living in. All the negatives, all the worst of it. The way it is, it's like it is a worldwide web. It's entrapped all of humanity within it. And we're all trapped within the dust of the system. So we don't, inshallah, it will get dealt with. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will eventually deal with it, but our role is just to try and resist it as much as possible and try and resist our own interaction with it. So we're not going to change it, we're not going to overhaul the whole of that system, but it's just about making small changes within. Jazakallah khairan. What's your name again, brother?
It's Yahya.
Imtiaz, yeah? Make a note of that.
No, Yahya.
Sorry?
It's Yahya. Yahya.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Brother,
Hold on a second. Is this Yahya from Micro Madrasa?
Yeah,
You
that's the
joker,
Sheikh.
you are.
You didn't recognise him?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Students.
Yeah, no, because he's in Madrasa in Liverpool, and he actually said he's going to phone in. But I told him, and here it is now, going, because we're studying Aqeedah as well.
Okay,
and part of what we studied is the proofs of existence of God. So Yahya, you've asked a deep question, now I'm asking you a deep question. Prove to, you stood in front of an atheist now. How do you tell him that God exists? Go on. You've learned it, you've studied it.
There you go. It's a reversal question here.
Yeah, and I told him I was going to do it, but he caught me out.
Teacher testing the student now.
Go on,
That's really
a quick
good.
answer. How can you prove that God exists?
Yeah.
Because if there's zero odd zero will always equal zero, so there has to be a creator. in order for there to be creation. But Sheikh Haroon, I'll bring a prize in tomorrow now for that question.
You haven't answered the question, have you? 0 + 0 = 0. What's that about?
So there has to be a creator in order for there to be a creation. So Allah's the creator, otherwise we wouldn't exist.
We are, so therefore something must have brought us into being. Okay, thank you very much, Yahya. See you tomorrow. And you're getting slated in class. Can you cross off no prize for him? Are you tricking me?
Okay, brothers, if you're watching us, we are live with the Ask the Imam show here at Britain's First Mosque. The number to call is 0151 260 3986. We have got some messages. Thank you to Brother Saad, Brother
Can I just say
Muhammad
something about
Jibril.
Saad?
Yes, go on, yes.
Mashallah, he's typing away in Arabic. I'm going to tell you something about Mashallah. Saad's an absolute legend.
Right,
He's a student at Liverpool University. He's been studying Arabic with myself in the madrasa 3 years. Mashallah, guy's fluent now in Arabic.
You can tell by the way he's writing in proper Fusha. نحن سنأكل معا.
No, in 3 years, mashallah. We had an exam yesterday because at the moment we're doing the end of year, end of semester exams.
Yeah.
And that's why I was held up, because I had to send out the the conversation or the presentation they have to do. But mashallah, he did it yesterday, like 10 minutes each. They had to speak on different subjects. And mashallah,
I'll have to join you, Micro Madrasa.
No. We'll work on ayah.
We'll work on work on the son rather than the father, yeah. Feeling a bit jealous, actually.
You've got Adam there.
Right, we have a call. Bismillah. Let's take the call, Sheikh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
MashaAllah, it's a child.
Who is this?
It's Fatima from Bristol.
From Bristol.
Are you from Bristol, did you say?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. What's your name first?
Fatima.
Fatima.
Was it Fatima? Yeah?
Zahra, did you say?
Zahra? Fatima, yeah. Fatima, have you phoned in to ask a question or something else?
I was just calling to say Assalamu alaikum and thank you.
Sorry.
You're breaking up there, Fatima. Can you rephrase the questions again, please?
Question, I think. Thank you.
Or thank you. Is it message?
There's a message.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your message? Just because we couldn't quite hear you clearly.
I think that we were really happy to see you. Thank you for doing this. Our family is happy.
Hamza, did you get that? MashaAllah. Were you saying thank you for doing these shows?
Sheikh Haroon, can you please come and visit us in Bristol?
Oh, Bristol's too far. I don't like going anywhere else to Liverpool.
She's one of your fans, Sheikh. We'll take. Don't worry, Fatima. I will drive him to Bristol.
No, we won't. No, we won't. I haven't agreed to this. No, I'm being coerced into this. Inshallah, one day we'll come down.
He said it's too far. For me, it's not far. For you, I'll bring him to Bristol. You let us know when you want him.
You're a southerner, aren't you? Where are you from?
Yes, I'm from the Midlands.
Coventry.
Yeah, Coventry is my hometown.
Yeah, but Bristol's even further away than Coventry.
It is indeed, yes. So it's about 5 hours
Give
journey.
our salams to your family, please.
I will do. What's your name again? Zahra, was it?
Fatima Zahra.
Fatima Zahra.
We miss the halakas.
We'll make a dua that Allah raises you to be with Fatima, Sayyidah Fatima Zahra.
Ameen. Inshallah. Thank you so much. Okay, Allah Hafiz. Right, so we've got we're not getting much question today, are we? I don't know who's going to be the winner of the best question of the day. At the moment, we haven't got,
in their holiday.
they're all asking lots of Christmas questions, I guess. Somebody said here, Sheikh, do we need permission from our first wife to have a second? And is it still £14 for dowry? Isn't that very low?
That's very cheap. He's a cheap one.
He's a cheap one. Adam Hatter. No, you're not getting married second time.
Adam, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out.
To that 14.
No, I'll explain something about. But I'm still trying to figure out who Adam Hatter is.
Oh right, I thought you knew the chap.
No, I don't.
He's been talking to you for about the last few weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah,
right, Adam, you need to call in. Sheikh Haroon cannot recognize you.
Yeah. Adam, call in with that question.
Yeah,
we'll discuss it.
That's it. Yeah. There's another one here from Arsalan Shahzad. Shahzad, thank you so much. We have a caller. Let's take the call, Sheikh.
Is it Adam? Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I've got a few questions to ask. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you so much for doing this show. We all really appreciate it.
Can you ask first what's your name and where you're calling in from?
My name is Taiba. I'm phoning from Swindon.
Swindon.
Taiba,
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Sweden or Swindon?
No, Swindon.
Swindon, so okay, yeah.
Again,
Bismillah,
again
let's try see if you can answer any of your questions.
Okay, so firstly, the first question is actually from my teenage daughter. Her question is, are we allowed to wear false nails just for a couple of hours? I think I know the answer, but I just want her to. I think she just wanted me to ask you.
Yes,
that's my first question.
Yeah, she's allowed to wear it. She's allowed to wear it, but the only issue is that when it comes to wudu, it has to be removed because she has to wash the fingernails, and so that becomes a barrier that stops water touching. So that's the only issue. Wallahu a'lam. Okay, Jazakallah. And the other question is, can you just confirm what time? Sorry, I've got two more questions. So my second question is, can you please confirm what times we're not supposed to read namaz or do read nafil namaz or do sajda, just especially before Zohr time, because I'm not too sure. Sorry, there's quite a bit of detail on that, so I'll just limit it to the main point. So this is a question more for the Hanafis. That with Abu Hanifa, it's makruh tahrim, it's severely disliked to pray fard prayer. No, it's more than that. After sunrise for around half an hour, after sunrise, any fard prayer is batil, is invalid. Even if you've missed your prayer, you have to wait until after that in order to do qada. With Imam Shafi, it's allowed. Sorry, I've just seen a message on the screen. It's allowed, but it's makruh. So straight after Fajr. Then a couple of minutes before Dhuhr is also forbidden time, and then around half an hour before the end of Asr. These are the three forbidden times where a person is not allowed to pray the Fard, except with the end of Asr. If you've not prayed your Asr of that day, then you pray all the way up until Maghrib. So that's in terms of Fard. Okay. In terms of Nafil and Sajda Tilawah, there's a lot more of a discussion. So if you just limit it to that for now. Okay, Jazakallah. And so my last and final question, or maybe I think it's just advice really, how can one strengthen their faith? Or they think, sometimes you think your faith is strong and then you are hit with a challenge or you face a difficulty and you feel like you're actually not so strong in your faith. So can you please just give some advice for people that are going through challenges and how they can just strengthen their faith? It probably sounds like a very general question. Okay. No, it's a great question because Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum. Don't go off. I want to ask you something at the end once you finish with that, yeah? So it's an excellent question because it's all people face that now, challenges within their faith. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha wa kunu ma'as sadiqeen. O believers, fear Allah and be with people who are truthful. Be with people. And you find strength within faith by being around people of faith. But because such people are less and less now because of the nature of times, be around people of faith and be around actions of faith. When you're feeling weak, just read some Quran. When you're feeling weak, just make some dua. Just get your sibha, get your tasbih and start doing some dhikr. Salli ala nabi. One of the most powerful ways is just refreshing your connection to the Prophet. So be around people who are known to be good, God-fearing people and do acts of that nature, and that will just like fill your faith in. Because there's always ups and downs. There's always ups and downs. The important is when you're down that you don't go completely down. That you just got to get yourself back up again. So I think that's the answer to that. Wallahu a'lam. That's the best question so far.
Okay.
But before, I just want to ask you, you said at the moment, Jazakallah khairan for calling in. Just a little thing, what aspect of the show do you enjoy the most?
Questions and answers, I think, or just giving out general advice. I think, Sheikh, yourself particularly, I've been watching your YouTube lectures and etc. for quite a while, especially you did a talk about I think it was about what to do for a deceased body, and mashallah, the detail that you went through, I listened to all three YouTube videos, and mashallah, it's absolutely amazing. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. No, I was asking, like, it's a bit light-hearted as well. We try and sing nasheed, so I was hoping some of that was also what drew you towards it. But clearly not.
Yeah, no, definitely. That does definitely help as well. It's not just strict, serious answers. The lightheartedness does definitely help as well. So, Jazakallah, may Allah continue to put barakah in the work that you do.
Look,
okay.
Thank you, Sister Taiba, from all the way from Swindon, all the way from. So we had.
Just for that, like Brother Husnain, Imam Husnain, he said it's definitely not you singing.
Definitely not your singing, bro.
So let's sing a song. Just so
Assalamu alaikum to all of you, especially my Sheikh. I can't call. It's
on to message.
It's going on.
Send your number and we'll ring you back.
Okay,
inshallah.
so if you find the lines are engaged, that's Ijaz. Brother Ijaz, who was here at the Jummah prayer, if you can't get through the line, that means we are pretty busy. So please keep calling us. The lines are engaged. There are a lot of people on Facebook as well, online. So please keep calling. The number is 0151 260 3986. Do we have a call? Shagar Bhai, if we have a call, just put your hands up.
Can we go back to the Arabic comment to Samiullah? He did his exam, Arabic exam. No, further down. So he said, Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh, hal najahtu fi imtihani?
Whoa, what's that?
Have I passed my exam? He did it yesterday.
Just
for that, you failed.
Don't worry, we'll make sure you pass the exam. We have a call. We have a call. Let's take the call, Shaykh Waddah. Take the call.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Who am I speaking to and where are you calling from?
It's Adil. I rang yesterday, student in Manchester.
MashaAllah. Bismillah. And what have you got for the Sheikh? Sheikh is here for you.
So I got a few questions, but I'll try and keep it quick. So first one is, what is the opinion of posting pictures on social media about yourself, like protecting from evil eye? That's the first one for Nazar and Hasad. And then quickly, the second one is advice for someone young in today's world, the fitna, kind of we're living in. And maybe from you, Sheikh Waddah, balancing the study and Quran, like how to, learn more Quran and this kind of stuff. So
sorry, I didn't catch the whole of that second one about the fitna these
times.
Okay,
so for a young person living in these kind of times, what advice would you give that to keep religion, to keep Quran? There's a lot of fitna around. I know that towards the end times that they said to stay in your house more, so kind of what verse?
So Jazakallah khairan for the question. Jazakallah khairan. May Allah bless you and reward you and increase you. In relation to the first one, one brother asked earlier about like the nature of the times, the technological change and all the harms that have come about. Like now we're living a virtual life now. Like everything's technology, everything's just like going into technology, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all of these unreal existence. And it's all so false and fake. Like it's almost like I need to get as much likes as possible. I need to put my life out there. It's just so unreal. And your point is essential, like, which is by doing that, you're actually exposing yourself to harm and to damage. Because as you said, al-aynu haq, the Prophet said the evil eye is real, and that it does damage and it does harm people. Allah has blessed us with so much. Protect that blessing. Like here, Sheikh Waddah, he just had a baby girl. Now, a lot of people just go and start putting pictures everywhere about, but you don't realize that al-aynu haq, like the evil eye, people have jealousy in their heart. They have bad feelings in their hearts. Like even like women who are pregnant, just like that picture, they're going to go and start spreading that everywhere. Like, what about that unborn child? You're exposing them to harm. So yeah, like people need to take protective measures. Amongst the most important is make the du'as. Like I always do this for my children. This is Sheikh Waddah, and for all those who have children. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he would pray, he would recite over Sayyidina al-Hassan, Sayyidina Hussein, أعيذكما بكلمات الله التامة من كل شيطان وهامة ومن كل عين لامة. He would make, and he said Ibrahim alayhi salam would do that with Ishaq and Ismail and Ishaq alayhi salam, which is, you make a dua, I place the two of you in the protection of the complete words of Allah from every devil and every creature and from every evil eye, from the evil eye. And for myself personally, like my daughter Fatima came on, every single night before they go to sleep, I make a point of reading that over them. Because especially like if you're a teacher or somebody who's in the public eye, they're more exposed to it, so they have more need of protection from that. So you're absolutely right. In a sense, just come out of there. I've got a Facebook page, but if you go on there and don't, it's a waste of time. But if you do, you'll find nothing of my personal life on there. You'll find nothing of my personal life. I just use it for two things. Number one, to attack Man United fans, and number two, number two, just to share some messages about religion. That's it. Like for me, it's just like it's a way of da'wah. It's just like people are living in an unreal world. Just get them into a real world. So yeah, your first point's absolutely right. Then moving on to the second point, Shabab, the youth, they need to hold on to what you mentioned, like to people of guidance and to paths of guidance, similar to what the sister mentioned, because these are mad times right now. We had yesterday online, on the request, we had 3 young lads from the masjid here in Liverpool, Masjid Taysir. The young boys, mashallah, but they've got this passion for the masjid, they've got this passion for the religion. That's what we need, just connect our hearts to teachers, to ulama, to people of guidance, to the masjid, the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's where the protection is. Allahu Alam. Jazakallah khair. Another beautiful question.
No, that's really good. That's really good questions from Brother Adil from Manchester. If you're calling from different cities, you're guaranteed to get a gift from Britain's first mosque. So let's see if we can get a few more calls. I'm going to have to let the Sheikh go in 10 minutes is all we have time for. So if you like to call the studio line, it's 0151 260-3986. Do we have some questions to read out from the Facebook, Sheikh? Or they are not worth reading at the moment.
No,
there are a lot of brothers, but Brother Mumin, Hanif,
that's my brother, by the way.
That's your brother. He's asked a question as well. Thank you, brother from Al Taysir Mosque, have also given us the good wishes. And also, if you'd just like to go down, Hamza.
Is he from Liverpool? Or is he elsewhere?
And brother Muhammad Jibreel also says, MashaAllah, great show. Thank you so much to everyone who are giving us good. We have a call. Let's take the call. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Oh, sorry, Islam. We are Assalamu alaikum. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you, Sheikh? It's Ijaz.
Oh, Ijaz.
Brother Ijaz, Assalamu alaikum.
Can I ask you, Ijaz, why are you asking the question here when you're going to be in madrasa tomorrow? Why can't you wait till tomorrow and ask the question?
No, it's about the khutbah you did today.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, you got a bit upset about it.
Well, wait for the Christmas khutbah next week, I guess, isn't it? Allah.
But you don't be going to no Christmas parties, right?
No Christmas parties.
Because
only the secret ones.
Brother Hussein is asking us to sing Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells.
Jingle Bells? Shall we sing? No. Nauzubillah. Okay, go on. Jingle Bells, please. Ooh, no. Brother Akib Mahmood also said.
Hold on,
he's on the line. I'm waiting for him to speak.
Ijaz, by Bismillah, what's your question?
You mentioned today the people who deal in riba, that Allah said they're going to be in hellfire forever. And we learned before that the Muslim can't be in hell forever. So it means those who deal with the riba, they become non-Muslim. Is something else.
Just in terms of that ayah, وَمَنْ عَادَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ النَّارِ هُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. Whoever returns back to dealing with interest, those are from the people of hellfire who will be there forever. There's 2 tafsir that's mentioned about this. Imam al-Ghazali, and he suggests that a person who's always dealing with interest, before he dies, he will leave Islam. And he will have su'al khatimah. So that's one explanation of that. Before he dies, he will leave Islam. Because as the Prophet said, al-ma'asiyatu barid al-kufr. Like sin is like, it's almost like it's a messenger that will take you towards kufr. So that's one explanation. The other, there's a few ayat in the Quran like this. And Allahumma salli alayhi. Istihlalan lahu. As we mentioned in the khutbah, Imam al-Tahawi said in his text on Aqidah, وَلَا نُكَفِّرُ أَحَدًا بِذَنْبٍ مَا لَمْ يَسْتَحِلَّ. We do not consider any Muslim to be kafir because of any haram that he does, unless he considers it halal. So that's the second explanation, that those who keep on going back to it, believing that it's halal, believing that riba is not haram, they're the ones who will fall into that. Wallahu a'lam.
And another question you mentioned that in ayah it say about not about the fixed interest, is variable. Is it the 2 different things that still the riba?
No. I know there's some who play around with this ayah. It says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَضَعَافًا مُضَاعَفًا. So it's only if it's variable interest and it's haram, otherwise it's not. But that's speaking about one particular case. But the other ayat are mutlaqa. They speak about all types of interest, whether it's fixed rate or it's variable, it remains haram. Allahu Akbar.
And another question, like about the ahadith, when the ulama of the Salaf gone before, they mention it's a sahih or weak about them. Is it somebody can now, for example, like read sometime and they mention about the Imam who passed recently in 90s?
Do you know what? Sorry, I can't hear this clearly. Hamza, can you tell us what he said?
Oh, you can clarify tomorrow if you're seeing him.
What's
all right, no problem.
Okay, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. Inshallah, brother.
And don't forget, Ijaz, bring some pizzas in tomorrow to Felicity.
Okay.
I know his pizzas are good.
So I'll tell you what, if anybody is watching, is it specifically brother Ijaz to bring pizza?
No. It's all right.
Why do you want to bring some yourself, Mumin?
Why did
I was going to deliver some for you, Sheikh.
No, stop for
Sheikh Haroon wants pizza.
Unless you can make it as good as Ijaz's.
Okay. If the pizza is as good as brother Ijaz's place, then yes, you can bring it to Felicity House. It's a good idea. I mean, there are so many pizza shops. Why don't you sometimes sponsor some of the pizzas to Felicity House where they're doing really great work in micro madrasas? Does he refuse?
So you have to sneak him in.
Listen, when are we going to get Sheikh Ibrahim on the show? You talk about Sheikh Sadegh, but what about Sheikh Ibrahim? Public demand, Sheikh Ibrahim should be on our show.
Hold on a second. Are you the
Christmas
public?
Day.
You said public
I'm
demand.
asking the public. I'm asking the public.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, brother Hamza Ahmed sent a comment as well.
Let's go through.
It's a great show.
We've only got about 5-10 minutes.
You've got 5 minutes left, Sheikh, before I let you go. Let's take a call. Take the call then. Sheikh Waddah, take the call.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, caller.
Wa alaikum assalam. My name is Sarah Sheikh and I'm calling from Reading.
From Reading, did you say? Sarah from Reading, yeah?
Yeah, from Reading. I had a really quick question, actually. I just wanted to ask, when you have problems in your life...
when you have what, sorry?
Problems. When you have problems in your life, how can you distinguish whether it's a test or whether it's a punishment?
Oh, that's a deep question. How do we distinguish the problems in our lives or punishment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Or you can see it in both ways. We're doing wrong all the time, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may be putting us through hardship and difficulty. But even that, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, جُعِلَ أَعْذَابُ أُمَّتِي فِي دُنْيَاهَا. The punishment for my nation has been placed inside this world. So even if we see it that way, that we've done some wrong, so I'm going through some difficulty in life, see, better you're going through difficulty now than Yawm al-Qiyamah. Because that's a very different level. So even if it is a punishment that we're going through, it's still rahmah from Allah. It's still mercy from Allah. And it's not in the grave, it's not on the day of judgment. And then Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, مَا مِن مُصِيبَةٍ يُصِيبُ الْمُؤْمِنِ إِلَّا كَفَّرَ اللَّهُ بِهَا عَنْهُ سَيِّئَةً. There's never any problem that affects a Muslim except that Allah will wipe away sin because of it. And then he said, even a thorn that pricks that person. Even a thorn. So and that's why when somebody's sick, it could have been because of some wrong that he's done, but Allah is cleansing and purifying him. When you go and visit a sick person, what do you say? لَا بَأْسَ طَهُورٌ inshaAllah. No problem. It's a cleansing for you, inshaAllah. So it may well be, but we say alhamdulillah. Even if it is, we say alhamdulillah. Wallahu a'lam.
Jazakallah. That was a question from Sister Sarah from Reading.
That's one of the better questions.
I have made a note. Yep. So let's just take one question from Ab Alk. What to do if you can't afford university and can't take student loans as they are haram?
Just get a job.
Save up.
University is not fard. Just get a job.
Right. Okay, that's really good. I've only got 5 minutes left. Akhtar Qayyum.
Sheikh. No, with that note, Mum, just some people, just to clarify for the Sheikh, that they do want to get somewhere in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
And so, what is?
Honestly, I don't have a
it's a sticky situation in a way.
I don't have a solution for it.
Right. Let's see. Look, there's one from Akhtar Qayyum. We have a call. Okay, Sheikh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Oh, you sister, you okay?
I am, yes, thank you.
Can we have your name, please, and where you're calling in from?
My name's Marissa, and I'm from Oldham.
I saw your name on the screen before, yeah? Are you calling with that question?
Yeah, or did it send?
I think so. I recognise the name, Marissa, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was just a heart there, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marissa Taylor.
Go on, sorry. What's your question, sister?
So my question is, a divorced woman with kids, should she look for a husband? And how can this be made safe? Because this person has lost trust.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, subhanallah. Jazakallah khair. Make a note of that. So that's an excellent question, that one as well. It's always better to be married than not married. That's the first point. It's always better to be married than not married. However, and also because the kids as well, because it's better kids are raised in a home where there's a even like a stepfather. The Prophet took on, he had so many stepchildren that he was raising in his home. So it's always better to be married. If she's been through a difficult experience, then she should just, maybe just some trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that was a bad experience that she went through and the next one's not going to be as bad. But in the end, it's down to her. Like if she's found it really difficult, and then she just needs some time just to heal and to overcome what she's been through, then so be it. But she shouldn't be put off for life from marriage, because there's so much khair. In unrelated, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about وَعَاشِرُوهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ فَإِنْ كَرِهْتُمُوهُنَّ فَعَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَيَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ فِيهِ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. So it's a slightly different context where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about husband with his wife, live with her in the best of manner. If you dislike something about her, then perhaps you dislike something that Allah's put so much good within. So marriage is so much good, even with all the problems that happen in marriage. There's so much khair within, there's so much blessings and goodness within marriage. So but then there's a social problem that we have in the Muslim community, which is that nobody's willing to marry a divorced woman with kids. And there's a real social problem there. And that's something that really needs to be addressed and tackled.
There's a stigma as well.
But even though the ajr in Islam is vast, to marry to your team, you got kafala as well at the same time.
So inshallah, it's down to her to make the decision about what's best for her, but definitely there's blessings in marriage. Allahu Akbar.
That's a really good question. Sheikh, I think we'll really come up to the end of the show now. Well, there was one thing there. Akhtar Qayyum asked, can we change the, you see on the screen, you have the cockerel, the Moroccan cockerel there. Can we change that to the Liver Bird of Liverpool? What's your take on that, Sheikh?
There's a few decent comments.
Well, let's deal with it. Can we replace the French cockerel with the Liver Bird in the backdrop, please? Can we do that, the production director, I'm asking?
No, we want an LFC banner behind, next week,
LFC banner, not the Liver Bird.
No, and definitely no Santa Claus behind us next week.
Right, we'll have did you say fig tree? Okay, we'll get all. Of course. Can
I answer this one? Great question.
Please do.
In the age of social media, where there are so many people giving so many different opinions, how can we distinguish true people of guidance and trustworthy scholarship?
Speak into the mic, Sheikh, so they can hear you.
Sorry. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was not somebody who spoke a lot, but he brought change. He said in a gathering with the Prophet, you can count the number of words that he spoke on your fingers. So he didn't speak a lot, but he changed. The way that you recognize somebody of true guidance it's not so much the words and even like the knowledge that he gives out. That's not. It's the effect that he has on others. It's the effect. First thing, there has to be sanad muttasil. There has to be like he must have taken it from people of knowledge. Ila Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, back to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But it's the effect that he has on people. That's the most important thing. And then Muhammad ibn Sirin, he said, "Inna hadha al-ilma deenun fanzuru amman ta'khudhu deenakum, amman ta'khudhuna deenakum." This religion is knowledge. So look carefully where you take knowledge from. Ignore that question. Adam Hat he's just a nuisance. Unless he phones in, we're not taking any questions from Adam Hat unless he phones in. Okay. Can we go down? Because there's one or two. Let's just go further down. Next one. Let's just go back up. Shams, there was Shams, wasn't it? Shams al-Islam.
Yeah.
Can you break down the claim the best team lost? Mourinho, he's a warped mind. He's warped, he is. The best team won. Simple as. We're top of the league. But, there's something worrying. United have got a game in hand, and if they win that, they're only 2 points behind. They'll be second. They've just sneaked up. But one thing about them, they're not going to last. They'll fall away. They'll go and win 10 games and then they'll lose.
You know what they are back in the day, you know.
Well, they're not having turkey then, are they?
Yeah. Go on, just keep on going down.
Let's just take one or two more questions, then we'll finish. I'm just worried about your timing.
Oh, yeah, I've got to go and do a marriage now.
Yes.
No marriage left. You're already married by the time.
Was there something about apprentice there?
No, you don't have brother giving a suggestion.
Okay. Last call. Yeah. Okay, let's take the last call, Sheikh. Sheikh, Wadda, you take that call.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, caller.
Wa alaikum salam.
Who am I speaking to and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Warrington. It's Muhammad Chowdhury.
MashaAllah, Muhammad Chowdhury
from Warrington.
Assalamu alaikum, Muhammad Chowdhury. Do you have a question or a comment you want to make?
I've got a question about my istikhara. I just wanted your opinion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Muhammad Chowdhury from Manchester?
Yeah. I'm in Warrington Hospital at the moment.
Okay, mashallah. I know Muhammad Chowdhury well. Mashallah. Go on.
A complex situation, as you know. I've done istikhara about Pakistan. About doing
no. You sent me the message. I'll send you a message back. This is a complex, detailed issue about whether you should stay or whether you should travel, move to Oman or to Pakistan. So that's not for public discussion. That is.
Okay, so Sheikh Haroon will reply to you. He's got the message personally. That's really good. So let's just wrap up now.
We haven't done a song.
Oh, let's do one, Sheikh.
Everybody join in, please. Yeah. And Hamza, you're going to join, and you're going to join as well, because if you're going to get some proposals coming, you need to start singing.
You'll have to bring him, introduce him on the show next week with the red hat.
You're not here, are you?
I'm not here, so you can take my place.
You're going to Christmas party.
I'll give my place to Brother Shagar.
بلغ العلا بكماله كشف الدجى بجماله حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله صلوا عليه وآله طلع البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع وجب الشكر علينا ما دعا لله داع أيها المبعوث فينا جئت بالأمر المطاع جئت شرفت العوالم مرحبا يا خيرتا أنت شمس أنت نور أنت إكسير وغالي أنت مصباح الصدور أنت نور الله الغالي طلع البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع وجب الشكر علينا مرحبا لله داع
MashaAllah.
We're messing it up between us.
You know what? I used to say, and then you told me to say awalim, and now you're saying the opposite now.
We'll have to practice.
Can we just let everybody know? Next Friday is Jumu'ah. Even though it's Christmas Day, it's Jumu'ah. We're going to have a Friday special. These are trying to call it a Christmas special. So it's a Friday /
inverted commas.
Yeah. You're not promoting Christmas celebrations, are you? And all of you, make sure you get to the masjid. Masjids are still open. And don't be wasting your time having your turkeys or anything like that, right?
Yeah, I just got a special message to all the viewers actually. Next Friday, as you know, we're not of course we don't celebrate Christmas, but all the establishments are closed, and there are lots of people who are in poverty who will have no food to eat on that day and the consecutive days, even the Boxing Days and run up to the New Year. So what the Abdullahquilliam Masjid is doing is we'll be serving about 400 to 500 hot meals, taking it to places like asylum seekers, the hostels, the vulnerable families, the elderlies. We have a list of people that we can take the food to. So they will be cooking some meals, hot meals will be served, delivered to the people's home. If you are one of those person who would like to donate as a sadaqah towards the cost of the food, please go to our website www.abdullahquilliam.org and donate whatever you can to this great cause. Christmas time, I know we don't celebrate, but the people are hungry. It is our duty to serve the humanity in terms of feeding them, and we've been doing a lot of those over the COVID seasons. Also, we'll be giving some food packs to the people, to the family, to last for a week or so. If you know any families who are struggling, I know many people won't come to us, but if we get to know them discreetly, please text me on my WhatsApp number 07949 921 692. We'll get a food parcels to them. So we are here to help the people in this closure, in this Christmas closure, where they have no access to food or any other means. We're here to help. Don't forget the Muslim Got Talent show next Thursday with Sheikh Haroon, Sheikh Wadda, Sheikh Sadeh.
Can I just mention on everybody?
Yes, please.
As you're all aware, because we have this show, and also on the Thursdays we have the Quran show with Sheikh Waddah, mashallah. But there's nobody like the host.
No.
Mumin is the legendary host. But unfortunately, he's decided to go away for Christmas. So me and Sheikh Waddah, and inshallah we'll have one other guest on next week for the Thursday and the Friday show. Inshallah. But by public demand, can we all demand that he doesn't go away on Christmas and instead he's here, because he's the legendary host of AQM.
Yeah. I'm only with you, Sheikh. You are the legendary Sheikh, and Sheikh Waddah.
You are the legendary
You never
host.
know. I might be sacked after next week.
Yeah,
because
that's possible.
Because the program will be so good.
Because you're gone for Christmas. That's why.
That's the only reason.
Inshallah. Yeah. So I think I've covered. No, we haven't said who had the best questions of the day. Who shall we give it to? Do you think we had Fatima from Bristol? We had one from Swindon
today.
Shall we give two? There's one Sarah from Reading, and also the sister from Oldham.
Give it to the sister from Oldham.
Marissa Taylor from Oldham.
Shall
we give that to her?
What's the gift?
Sheikh Wadda is going to reveal the gift. What colour would she like?
What colour?
She likes the lilac. That's a green. Oh, there's a lilac one that would suit Marissa Taylor.
How do you know, Sita?
I don't know. I think it's just.
That's the gift, Marissa. That
you can comment the colour that she wants.
It's a softer colour.
You can comment the colour.
I suppose. I don't know. So, Sister Marissa, if you're watching, I need your address. Please WhatsApp me your address on my phone. Now, all the details that you give us.
The call in now. We're finished.
We're finished now. I'm sorry, we can't take the calls anymore because
send a message, tell them just hold on that nikah.
We can't hold the nikah back. We'll be upsetting. So, Sister Marissa, if you're watching, still watching, please text me your address. We will send you a prayer mat, which is really good. And so she won the best question of the day, which was, what was she asking about now? Let's test the Sheikh's memory. A divorced woman, can she remarry and so forth? Should she remarry? Yeah, it's very good. Inshallah, Sheikh Haroon, we're going to finish off with the dua.
We're going to finish with dua.
And any messages that you'd like to give before the Christmas day,
Friday.
What they should be doing Friday, before Friday.
Yeah, mashallah. They're all celebrating Christmas, but our Eid is Jum'ah. Every week we have an Eid of Jum'ah.
Yeah.
So just maintain that. And even though families are going to get together because it's holidays and so on, but we're Muslims. That's our identity. That's who we are. Yeah. So even though it's Christmas, it's Friday first and foremost. So don't forget that. Yeah. And inshallah, for the Rijal, get into the masjid. For the families, just celebrate the Jum'ah that we have.
Just to say finally, really, if you could say,
it's a final.
Although the masjid is open on Friday for the Jummah prayer, there'll be a lot of people, but there's no booking system, so it's first come, first serve. So if brothers would like to come early, say 12:30 for registration, and make sure you have your face mask, your prayer mat, and your carrier bag, and you have to do your wuzu at home. There's no facility here at the masjid. No children under the age of 12 will be allowed in the masjid because of the pandemic rules. And people with any symptoms of cough, flu, or whatever it may be, please refrain, stay at home. Protect yourself and protect others. So look after yourself until we meet again. Inshallah, we're going to finish off with dua from Sheikh Haroon.
See, that's why you are the legendary host.
Right.
It's those little announcements like that. Because I'm going to be a host next week. I haven't got a chance of doing that.
No, you'll be fine, Sheikh. You're the legendary Sheikh. Bismillah.
بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرين وصل على سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. اللهم اهدنا واهد بنا ويسر الهدى لنا. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم ارض عنا، اللهم ارض عنا، اللهم اغفر لنا، اللهم وارحمنا، اللهم ارحم آباءنا كما ربونا صغارا وارزقنا برهم أحياء وأمواتا يا أرحم الراحمين يا أكرم الأكرمين يا الله يا الله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين وصل عليه في الآخرين. اللهم كما آمنا به ولم نره فلا تفرق بيننا وبينه حتى تدخلنا مدخله واسقنا من يديه الشريفتين شربة ماء لا نظمأ بعدها أبدا. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Please join us next Thursday at 6 p.m. Muslims Got Talent. You will have Sheikh Haroon, Sheikh Wadda, and most likely Sheikh Sadiq as well. Follow that.
Sheikh Sadiq, if you're watching, inshallah, we want you here on Thursday.
Yes.
I'm going to call you anyway.
Inshallah. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.